Skylines coughing truth. Yeah, leather seats, mic in the center. We gon' speak for the youth. Ashes in the air like the city can't shake its past. Smoked out souls in the dark, but the word still blast. Yeah, we breathe through the chaos, still standing in the smoke. If the world tried to mute us, we turned it into a noise. Smoked out society, we lit up the pain, talking through the fire while we dance in the rain. From the ash and the pressure, we still find a way. Smoked out society, we rise every day. Yeah, cups on the table, dim light, and the tension is thick. Every scar on the beat got a story, every bar hits quick. From the gutter to the chorus, we rise through the fumes. Smoked out society, these voices fill the room. No more hiding the pain, let the truth ride the way. In a world full of shadows, our rhythm gon' say. Smoked out society, we lit up the pain, talking through the fire while we dance in the rain. From the ash and the pressure, we still find a way. Smoked out society, we rise every day. When the smoke clears, you still hear our sound. Smoked out society, that heartbeat underground.
Welcome to another episode of Smoked Out Society. I'm your host, Havoc 3E. I'm the devil's advocate and the problem child. We saw this morning, they broke down the autopsy and everything. Bro, this man's stomach, lungs, and throat are missing. What in the fuck is going on here, yo? Someone needs to tell me, yo. I seen the press conference and everything. Bro, did they hit this dude in the back of his head and then hit him and dumped him in the water, bro? Because that's what it's looking like, bro. It's looking like they bashed this dude in the back of the fucking head and then dumped him in the water or something else, because they didn't give a full breakdown, bro. They didn't really give us a full autopsy breakdown. They didn't speak about the fact of the body being burnt. They didn't give us the reason why his face was disfigured and they needed dental records. Like, they really gave us a half-ass. They gave us a half-ass autopsy, but it was enough to let us know that this was no accident. It's inconclusive. They can't even give you a fucking thing. These people didn't even turn over all of Nolan Wells' body, yo. Get the fuck out of here, bro. His fucking stomach, his lungs, and his throat was missing. The three main components that's needed in order to tell if someone drowned. Bro, I believe they killed him before he was thrown in that water, bro. This shit is getting fucking ridiculous, man. This shit is wild, crazy. One of the kids that was supposedly known as Friend's boy is now talking to Officer Raccoon. That dude's a fucking Uncle Tom straight up the ass, bro. That dude's a fucking clown and an ass, bro. I can't believe there's so many fucking black people still trying to come to the defense of these 3 white boys, bro. That's just fucking atrocious, yo. I'm telling you, bro. No matter how you try, there's always gonna be 1 or 2 fucking coons that just don't just fucking. It's just a fucking joke, yo. It's a whole fucking joke, man. Seriously speaking, that autopsy was crazy, bro. I saw it. I saw it live. I saw it live and everything, bro. And I'm telling you, since I've watched it, all I keep getting from other perspectives is the same thing that I'm feeling. Like, yo, this shit was a fucking murder, and they tampering with the evidence to cover it up. The autopsy confirmed that shit, bro. The math ain't mathing, man. They knew exactly what the fuck they were doing, man. I'm telling you, man, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. It don't make no fucking sense, man. Yeah, this shit is baffling, bro. This shit is straight baffling. We'll go ahead and get to fucking some content, because this shit is crazy, bro. You already know we're going with Trent out loud. I feel like I'm one of the outliers, yo. And this shit is crazy, bro. We're going to see what Trent has to say about the whole situation. But I'm telling you right now, man, this shit was that autopsy only confirms. It just puts more and more thought in the fact that there was foul play, man. And they trying to cover it up.
If somebody drowned in the water, you don't have to hold back their throat when you're doing an autopsy. Why did you have to keep Nolan Wells' neck? I thought, according to y'all, he drowned. If he drowned, if there was no foul play, why are you keeping his throat? Oh, and I also have a second question. What's the redness behind his head? When you drowned, you don't have red discoloration behind your neck, around the skull area. We are going to break down the preliminary autopsy report that was provided to us today from Benjamin Crump from the NAACP headquarters. I'm going to give you everything that you need to know, but the highlights are the Mississippi Coroner's Office, the Mississippi Elite, the Mississippi officials still have Nolan's throat. Also, like I told you guys yesterday, Officer Tatum, or how I like to call him, Officer Dingbat, interviewed Warren. Who is Warren? Warren is one of the 3 white boys on the boat that I feel should be arrested immediately and not be doing interviews with Officer Dingbat. Nevertheless, Officer Dingbat has released that interview. I have not watched it in its entirety because I refuse to, but I will play you guys and reveal some of the highlights. And like I've
I just paused it, people, just in case. I didn't want y'all to miss nothing. All right, here we go.
Been doing for the past couple of days, even when I tell you about the disparaging news, I try to bring you guys something positive. And in today's positive news is Nolan's mama, Christine, has filed to open an estate for Nolan. You know why? Because she's about to sue for damages and get a bag. It's not going to replace Nolan, but at least it will hold those accountable. And like I always say, whatever Mama Nolan wants to do, I am here to back her. There has been a ton of developments over the past 24 hours. Sit back, relax. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. Then I'll hand it off to you, the out louder. So let me know what you think about Mississippi holding Nolan's throat in the comment section below. Today's press conference started off a little bit late. I mean, they were at the NAACP, so of course they had to start on colored people time. Now, having said that, at around 9:15, 9:20, they got on stage and somebody said, please take your seats. We're about to begin. And they started off before introducing the president of the NAACP. He said that this is a demand for honesty. He went on to present the President Johnson. President Johnson said in his opening remarks that too many young Black men are passing, and not just in Mississippi, but around the country. He says that everybody matters. And he says that also the narrative matters. I've been highlighting that for you guys repeatedly. And people like TMZ, people like Officer Dingbat are out here actively trying to change the narrative to no foul play. Oh, we don't suspect anything. Oh, yeah, he just drowned. Like we already know, before we even get into the autopsy, you do not have to keep somebody's throat if somebody just drowned. All right. We know that already. Okay.
Bro, it's a fucking cover up. It's a massive cover up. Tampering. They probably hit him in the back, realized that shit didn't work. They choked him out, probably crushed his cruciate, and then they dumped him in. Like, come on, man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
But let me not get ahead of myself. He said, narratives matter. Then he said, there should be an investigation before people are make the assumption of having no foul play. That was repeated a ton today in the press conference. And like we said from the beginning, that has been the downfalls of the officials in Mississippi, starting all of this off, presuming that there's no foul play. So for the people who are like, oh man, race, this, or whatever, blah, blah, they started it. They found Nolan and they automatically just assumed that nothing happened. And it was because of us and because of that statement why there's investigation. So for those of you out there who are wondering why there is so much, just remember those officials started it. Okay, let's move on to what Benjamin Crump had to say. Benjamin Crump, who was already on stage, walked up to the mic and said he would like to thank the NAACP, and he thanks some other people. He says that this is a furious search for the truth. This is why we are here today, and this is why we are presenting the preliminary findings of their autopsy. Very, very important to note, these are the preliminary results, but I will get to this. Before he spoke about the preliminary results, he said, I would like to introduce Christine and Elmore, Nolan's parents, to say a few words, which I love, by the way. I love that they did this in the funeral. I love that they do this all the time. And the reason why I like it is because we all know we want to hear the details and the keys and the phone and all that, but I like when they normalize Nolan. I like when we hear stories. Just like at the funeral, we found out that he wanted to have 3 daughters. We found out that he already has the name. He had the name for his 3 daughters. I think those things matter, and it normalizes and it humanizes Nolan. So Christine, who's always first to speak, she got up and she said, losing a child will break your heart. You can never measure the pain. She also said that Nolan was a genuine soul. He was just genuinely a nice kid. She said, the only question we want to know is what happened to our son. By the way, this is another thing that she repeats every time she speaks, is she said she wants answers. She's not doing like me or like some of you that are like, yo, arrest this, do what. She's like, yo, I just want answers. Like, I like that she stays on message, right? We do know that, you know, there's a lot of publicists involved, lawyers and everything like that, and they have everybody to, you know, deliver their message, and she sticks to her message in the face of her hurt and her pain and agony. That's why I give her so much credit, because I don't know if I would be able to go up on these interviews and on these stages and these funerals and stay on message. I don't know. I feel like I would have so much anger and so much just like passion and desire for the truth to come out that I feel like I would go off, but she just stays on message. So always done. This is I do this. Here's a question here. She's better than me. I don't know why Elmore has her speak first, because he probably is going to go off like me. Anyways, she also said, we have been harassed in the media. We racist metrics very hard for her. And she said, it's our staying on a message, where I and some of you are like, they're already not doing. She said things are very, very hard for her. And she said, it's our hope that the authorities will do the right thing. Again, staying on message. Where I and some of you are like, they're already not doing the right thing. There should already been arrests. I've done the videos where I've told you, we played judge, can't remember what his name, Carlos Moore, that said people should be arrested. And Nolan's parents are still saying, we just want you to do the right thing. Again, credit to them. She said one main thing that she would want to point out today is, why are they releasing their independent autopsy results before Mississippi is releasing their official autopsy result? Something to think about, but we'll get into that. Elmore came up, Nolan's dad, and he said, listen, Nolan was a great kid. He was very witty. He was a clown sometimes, always liked to have fun. He always wanted to be the best. He was very, very hardworking. He said it's very sad that he'll never see him again. One thing that I also really love about Nolan's dad is that he's not afraid to be emotional, and I respect any man that never wants to hide his emotions. He did the same thing at his funeral, and actually, I get more emotional and get like my eyes get more watery when I hear his dad speak, and I feel like not that one parent feels differently, but I feel like Elmore is probably, I think, having a harder time because he says things like, I'm never going to see him again. And things like, he said that he should be at football practice right now. Remember, this was Nolan's last week before he started football training camp. This was his last party weekend. And he's like, yo, my son should be at football practice today. I shouldn't be here on stage and giving you the results of his autopsy. He said that Nolan never had any enemies, and even if he did, they wouldn't last long because he would find some way to have them no longer be his enemy. He said that today would be a day where Nolan would be texting him videos because he'd be at football camp and texting him videos saying, Dad, look at this route that I'm running. Dad, look at this play, and what do you think? Again, tears, like he's something that is not here. Again, not saying that Christine is or isn't, but I feel like she's more staying message and he's being tried to leave. Something he's messages and videos, again, I thought very insightful of the family, which are things that I love. I think you guys might too. He said, I was always very honest with Nolan. And he said that is what family and people who love you are supposed to do. People are going to lie to you. They're going to tell you things. But when Nolan would send him a video, you would say, no, that route is not good. You need to run faster. You need to do more cuts. You need to do this. He said, he's hard on Nolan, and he's not afraid to be hard on Nolan because that is what family is for. You're so great. So just really, really love that. Again, I love the humanizing and not just going straight to the autopsy. He said that a lot of the things that they are being told about Nolan on that day from his friends and the officials in Mississippi, they're not, I know. This is a father, very son. You told you him through the thing. No, Nolan is talking to his dad. So his dad knows. Text messages and videos, again, I thought very insightful of the family, which are things that I love. I think you guys might too. He said, I was always very honest with Nolan. And he said that is what family and people who love you are supposed to do. He said, outside people, they're going to lie to you. They're going to tell you things. But when Nolan would send him a video, you would say, no, that route is not good. You need to run faster. You need to do more cuts. You need to do this. He said, he's hard on Nolan, and he's not afraid to be hard on Nolan because that is what family is for. Just shows me what a great dad Elmore was. So just really, really love that. Again, I love the humanizing and not just going straight to the autopsy. He said that a lot of the things that they are being told about Nolan on that day from his friends and the officials in Mississippi, he said, they're not the Nolan that I know. And this is a father who was very close to his son. He just told you he would be texting him throughout the day things about his football practice. Not every single father and son are like that. There's some fathers who are not even there and absent, and the son has to talk to his friends. No, Nolan is talking to his dad. So his dad knows his son. So when Mississippi comes back and says, oh, we think this and we think this, or when Warren says something about the keys or about the phone, he's like, no. I know my son. I know the type of kid he is. I'm not going to settle for you telling me how he was and he was on this island. Oh, he's going to stay and talk to Katie. Oh, no, he's going to tell the boys to go back or not. No, you're not going to tell him nothing about his son. And I love that. And I love that he's making that apparent. All right, so after Christine and Elmore got off this, they moved to the back. Lisa Park got up, and Lisa Park is a lawyer on Benjamin Crump's team. It was her job today to tell us about Roger Mitchell, and Roger Mitchell was the doctor who conducted the autopsy. And not to my surprise, because I know Benjamin Crump ain't going to play around, Roger Mitchell is board certified, 2 decades, over 20 years in practice. He sits on multiple boards. He sits on the board at Howard University. He is a Black man. He has conducted thousands of autopsy, and he is renowned nationwide. No, they didn't just hire some little dinky doctor to do the autopsy report, okay? This man is world renowned, okay? One of the best. Okay, now let's get back now to Benjamin Crump, who is going to tell us about the autopsy. Now, Benjamin Crump, before the autopsy, he thanked the media, and he did something that at first I was like, where is he going with this? He said, I woke up this morning and I heard news of where LeBron James has decided that he wants to go and play. We're not even going to tell you about that right now because it's not important. And I was like, what's he saying? And he's like, when I heard the news that we were going to get LeBron news today, he said, you know what? I know LeBron and I know the people on the Miami team. And he started listing the players on Miami. And he said, I know those players and I know the NBA players would want the news of what happened to Nolan Wells to be bigger and be covering the media more than where LeBron James is going. And everybody got up and clapped. And I didn't know the direction at first, but I really, really like that. Just, highlighting the fact of like, this is somebody who's no longer here with us right now. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of things going on. And what should we be more focused on? Where LeBron James is going to play? Or should we focus on what is happening to 18-year-old Nolan Wells and his autopsy? So I really love that he highlighted that. And I agree. We do know how much of an activist LeBron James is, whether you like him or not. He's an activist. And you know that he would want this to be front and center in the media ahead of where he is going to play. So I really like that Benjamin Crump highlighted that. He took time again to say that he wants this to stay in the media. This is a strategy. There's a reason why he's giving out the preliminary reports. There's a reason why he is spreading things out. He is continuously asking for asking for answers. He's continuously asking for this to stay in the media, continuously asking for pictures and videos. He says somebody out there knows something, and he refuses to rest until every stone is turned over. He gave a shout out to the Cajun Navy, which is the part of the rescue team. He says that somebody on the Cajun Navy said that when they saw, we played this yesterday, but when they saw Nolan, that he was fully clothed. He said that was very important because the last pictures that they saw of Nolan, we all saw of Nolan, he didn't have a shirt on. So when did he put that shirt on? He said these are the reasons why every stone needs to be turned, everything needs to be looked at, and every single piece of evidence is important. He said somebody out there knows something. Then he asked Christine and Elmore to get off the stage. He said, I'm about to talk about the autopsy, and it could be very emotional. So they got off the stage. He cleared everybody off the stage, actually. Before he talked about the autopsy, he again thanked Colin Kaepernick for paying for it. And then he went into the findings. He said that they got the body, Nolan's body, July the 10th. They got this preliminary report from Roger Mitchell July the 19th, 2026. So he got this on Sunday. Okay. The results of the autopsy is undetermined until further investigation. I will let you guys know why. The date of Nolan's passing is also undetermined. We still don't know. Was it July the 4th, 7, 8, 9, 10? We don't know. Was it the 5th? Was it the 6th? We don't know. Undetermined. He said, and this is when I say he said, this is Roger Mitchell, okay? The doctor who conducted the autopsy. He said the body was pretty badly decomposed, meaning it's hard to determine bruising. Very, very important. Don't forget, they found the body on the 6th, so those 4 days has passed. Okay, now let's get into the findings. I'm going to post the report up here for you guys to see. It's lengthy and has a lot of medical terms. Feel free to pause this and read it if you want to, but I'm going to give you the highlights. Before I do that, I'm just going to post it up here for you guys. All right, you'll see here, this is the first page. This is the second page. And here is the final page. I'll read a couple of the questions at the bottom, but I'm going to tell you the highlights. So actually, let me go back. I'm going to put this this image up here because we're going to talk about the back of the head. Okay, you'll see here the image beside me. You see this redness at the back of his head, looks like at the bottom, above his neck, like at the bottom of his skull. He said there was red discoloration. Why? He doesn't know. Okay. Then he goes on to the neck area. Let's go to that picture. This is the part that people are going to talk about the most. And I want to make it very, very clear because I don't want to be misleading. The throat and neck area is not missing. It's still with the first doctor who did the autopsy. We haven't been told, but we think we know that it's Stacy Turner. We've talked about her before. But the neck and...
What's up, bro?
What's good, Plus? Just getting out of work?
No, I'm still working. I'm not in
You on your
Amazon,
break?
though. I'm not doing Amazon. I'm in a regular car. Don't worry, you won't get flagged.
Oh, no. Bro, they killed that boy, yo.
They
didn't
just
even... Bro, they didn't even turn over all... Yo, his throat, his lungs, and his stomach is missing.
Wait, the autopsy came back?
Yeah, they got the autopsy. This is what I'm looking at now. They talking about it and everything. It came back inconclusive. They can't determine when he died, what killed him or nothing, because they still got, Mississippi still has his stomach, his lungs, and his throat. Now, if he drowned, why would you take his throat, his stomach, and his lungs? And then why does he have red discoloration in the back of his head?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you watch it, I'm gonna rewind it a little bit so you can see when they're talking about it. Here we go. I'm gonna rewind it right here. This is when he starts talking about it right now. He's talking about the autopsy right now.
Here is the final page. I'll read a couple of the questions at the bottom, but I'm going to tell you the highlights. So actually, let me go back. I'm going to put this this image up here because we're going to talk about the back of the head. Okay, you'll see here the image beside me. You see this redness at the back of his head, looks like at the bottom, above his neck, like at the bottom of his skull. He said there was red discoloration. Why? He doesn't know. Okay. Then he goes on to the neck area. Let's go to that picture. This is the part that people are going to talk about the most. And I want to make it very, very clear because I don't want to be misleading. The throat and neck area is not missing. It's still with the first doctor who did the autopsy. We haven't been told, but we think we know that it's Stacy Turner. We've talked about her before. But the neck and throat area is still in Mississippi with the people who are doing the autopsy.
Wait, so his head is not there?
Because
he's like,
yeah, they removed the inside of his fucking neck. They removed his stomach and his lungs.
Is that like protocol?
Bro, supposedly they still doing tests and everything. That's bullshit. You know what it is? They removed those items because they know you could tell if someone drowned.
Yep. Yeah.
The lungs, the stomach, and the fucking throat all gone. Get the fuck out of here. How do you turn the body over like that? Talk about you still working on those body parts. Yo, this shit is crazy.
That's insane.
This shit is wild, bro. This shit is absolutely fucking bonkers.
Roger Mitchell doesn't have the throat is one of the big reasons why the results from this preliminary autopsy is undetermined, because Mississippi still has his throat. Very important to note, Roger, and this is why I like him, he's fair. Roger said he would also too keep the throat or neck area if he had to do additional testing. So, to be fair, Mississippi is keeping it for additional testing, which is a good sign, but also a bad sign for them, for the officials in the beginning who said, we see no evidence of foul play, because that leads us to say, well, why don't you just wait for the autopsy? Because now that you guys are conducting and doing further investigation in the throat, we know that there could be foul play. And this is Roger's finding, is because the throat is not there and because we have this head injury, he cannot rule out foul play, which completely contradicts what the police and the officials told us in Mississippi. So right away there, you know that Roger is.
So what's to say they hit him in the back of the head? Fucking dad didn't knock him out. That's how they got the blood in the boat. And then they choked him out and threw that motherfucker in the water.
Yeah. But did he have lacerations on him or no?
Like they said, the body was so badly decomposed. They could see bruises, but they can't, but they can't.
Okay.
Like these niggas do what the fuck they were doing. Why it took so long for them to get that body over there? Why did you keep certain body parts that would have been able to determine whether he drowned or not? Come on, man. The fucking fix is in, bro.
This is a circus, bro.
This is what this is. This is a fucking mad circus. This is crazy. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous what's going on. They killed that fucking kid, Plush. They killed him, Chino. Oh, man, it's common knowledge. They killed him, Chino. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Fair.
That's crazy.
He too would keep the throat, and now we know why it's not there. Okay, we'll get back to the final point of the autopsy. Just want to highlight a couple of other things.
Oh, shit, what's good,
Roger wanted to highlight that he did not get the fresh body like the Mississippi examiner. He said because the throat was not there and because he's still awaiting for it, he cannot determine how or if water was entered into the stomach or lungs. You could read that in the full report.
You see
and
what
again,
I'm
like I said,
about?
because the throat is
See,
not
Chino? You see what we just said? Yo, the fix is in. They know what the fuck they doing. They sent the whole body back without the parts that could determine whether he was drowned or not. These motherfuckers are not stupid, bro. That bitch, Stacy Turner, the medical examiner in Mississippi, yo, she needs to be fucking investigated, bro. She needs to be fucking fully fucking investigated. This shit is absolutely madness, bro. This is fucking pure madness. I can't believe this shit, man.
He cannot rule. There's a lot of things he cannot rule on. He also highlighted in his report that in a case where somebody passes as a result of drowning, there's a couple of things that we need to know. And a couple of things are, was the person conscious or unconscious before they went into water? Another thing is, were they forced into the water or do they just fall into the water themselves? These are things that he needs to know to determine the official autopsy report. That is why his report is undetermined. And the investigators in Mississippi should have answers to those questions because they're getting all the footage, they're doing all the investigation, and they're doing all the interviews. So they should have more answers on this. Was he conscious or was he unconscious? And was he forced or did he go into the water himself? Also, I'm going to read to you here the other questions that he had. The following questions are still outstanding. What were the circumstances that led to Nolan Xavier Wells entering the water? Which is what I said to you already. What was the body position when found? Was there water in the airway? That's what I said. Hey, where's the throat? We need to know if there's water in there. Is there any evidence of injury to the neck structure? What was the composition of the stomach contents, and what are the toxicology report findings? The thing about the stomach.
Exactly, Chino. They kept every fucking important body part that could have determined whether he drowned or not. I find that highly fucking suspicious.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. This is bullshit, bro.
Kids got to go to jail. That's what it
This-
is. They're trying to cover up, but yeah, hello, yeah. You know,
Stomach is that the organs are always removed during an autopsy, and they were put back in a bag, which you might hear and people gasped in the audience, like, what organs? The organs were with the body. That is what happens when there's a second autopsy. There's a first autopsy that's done. The second one, of course, the organs are not as how it was when the body was found, but it's there put into the stomach in a bag. Okay, so those are the questions. Now, the Benjamin Crump put all the boards away, and he began a chant, and he said he wants justice for Nolan Xavier Wells. He put up his fist and said, justice for Nolan Wells. Asked everybody to come up on stage, and this was his closing remarks before he took some questions. He started off by saying he wants justice. They are here for seeking the truth. He said that there are so many incidents that have happened over the past years, Emmett Till, et cetera, but he wants to take a second to also highlight 2 incidences that have happened in the past few weeks that people are not talking about with 18-year-old black boys. He wanted to highlight Daniel Irvings that says that he accidentally drowned, if I'm not mistaken, in April.
That's bullshit.
But the friends that he was with, the white friends that he was with, they took his phone, they deleted text messages, they took his clothes and threw it away. And the cops have just charged them with tampering with evidence, which we have talked about even in the Nolan Wells case, because the 3 white boys tampered with his phone. They should be arrested just for that, but I digress. So he said that there should be further investigation, and it could not just be an accidental drowning. And he also highlighted the fact that Tyler Smith, who was another black 18-year-old boy that was at a party, if I'm not mistaken, a few weeks ago, he was the only black boy at this party. There was a GUN involved in the party. He was unalived. They were playing a game that starts with Russian, which I won't say the last word. You guys know what that game is. It's an old game. They said they were playing that game, and that is how Tyler Smith accidentally unalived himself. Now, the important thing to that is the police just took the word for it. All the white boys at the party are like, oh, it was accidental? Okay. And there has been no further investigation, and they have not checked for any residue on any of their hands. So there's no testing, no investigation. So everybody stood up and cheered and applauded and said, this is not just happening from Emmett Till or just happening with Nolan Wells. This is happening even present day. And these 3 black boys. And of course, he talked about, everybody in the past couple of years. Okay. George Floyd, Tamika Mallory, everything. Not Tamika Mallory, George Floyd and Trayvon Martin, et cetera, et cetera. Then he moved on to questions. There was 3 questions because they said they don't want to take a lot of questions. They have to move on to other things. One of the questions were to Benjamin Crump. They asked him, can you just highlight what the important things are with the autopsy? Because you said a lot of medical terms, and he highlighted the same things that I highlighted to you: the throat, the head, position of the body. Then they asked, what do you want from Mississippi? The answer was, we want a fair investigation. He said if the roles were reversed and it was a white person that was found in the water and 3 black boys were on the boat, we know that those black boys would have been investigated. They would have been arrested. They want Mississippi to keep that same energy. And then somebody in the crowd asked Elmore and Christine if they're getting updates and if they're getting them more often now. And Christine said it has gotten a little bit better after they met with the DA, but she still would like the flow to be a lot better. And she highlighted the fact that again on message. She said 1 hour after Nolan's body was found, the officials said they ruled out any sort of foul play, and that is what set her off. Benjamin Crump thanked everybody once again, and he ended off by saying, even without the autopsy, even without the keys, even without the phone, even without anything, let's just say Nolan did drown. He wants to highlight the fact that there were 300 to 400 people on that island. You mean to tell me that nobody helped Nolan?
And that's another thing that kills me, Chino. All the people on the island and nobody saw this dude drown.
Right. Nobody helped them. Like, that's a fact.
Get the fuck out of here. This shit crazy. What you got to one of your delivery destinations?
Yeah. I'm gonna tap back. I'll be back.
All right.
Got it, Paco.
Somebody saw or somebody knew something. He wants answers, even if it was a drowning. And then it ended off with prayer. This is what we got today. This was very strategic. I applaud Benjamin Crump and his team. I applaud Roger Mitchell. Basically saying we could pretty much just rule out that there was no foul play. There has to have been some foul play. There has to be something there if you're keeping his throat. And now this puts pressure back on Mississippi. Very, very strategic. Like I've been saying for the past couple of days, Benjamin Crump is playing chess, not checkers, and I love it. Now, I told you earlier about Officer Tatum Dingbat and Warren and Nolan's mom moving to open up his estate. Let's talk about that. Tatum exclusive. Nolan Wells.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. That dude's a fucking coon. He's a turncoat. I've never seen a person so eager to see black people fucking crash out, and you're black yourself. That's fucking wild, bro. Yeah, but I don't want to see nothing like that. I'm just over this shit, bro. They killed that boy. There's nothing else that needs to be said. He was fucking murdered, bro. And the fact that they still with the bullshit is crazy. What the fuck is this? Oh. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, this shit is crazy, yo. Make no sense whatsoever. Fucking ever. Hold on a second. Shit, it's crazy. Everybody talking about this autopsy right now. They're all saying the same shit. Yep. Everything is this shit. I don't even want to see this shit no more. We already seen it, bro. This shit is angering me, yo. They killed that young man, yo. This shit is angering me, yo. Yeah, they killed him, bro. I don't even. Yeah. I don't know what else to say, but they killed that kid, bro. Listen to a little bit of music. They killed him, yo. Okay, what anybody says. They killed him. I thought y'all were over here listening to music with me. Sorry about that. Not the roll up. I'm good.
Cuando yo te bailo, cuando yo te bailo, sé que cuando yo te bailo, sé que tú te vuelves loco. Cuando yo te bailo, cuando yo te bailo, sé que cuando yo te bailo, sé que tú te vuelves loco. Especialmente si te lo hago poco a poco. Sabes lo que tienes y no lo valoras poco. Aquí no hay contrato, ya veo el brillo en tus ojos. Cuando yo te bailo, sé que tú te vuelves loco. Especialmente si te lo hago poco a poco. Sabes lo que tienes y no lo valoras poco. Ya veo el brillo en tus ojos. Es un placer conocerte, quizás tú me traigas pena, pero no puedo perderte. El número uno, la que más te pega. Es un placer conocerte, quizás tú me traigas pena, pero no puedo perderte. El número uno, la que más te pega. El estaba ardiendo, había muchos tipos, pero a ti te ves primero. Camiseta Armani con pantalones negros. Yo solo te bailo a ti y me estaba mirando, estaba temblando, todo aceleraba, tú me seguías dando. Desde ese momento supimos que iba para algo. Yo solo te bailo a ti, te bailo, me mira. Yo sé que tú me amas, no quería estar atada, pero a ti te casaba. Te bailo, me mira. Yo sé que tú me amas, no quería estar atada, pero a ti te casaba. Cuando yo te bailo sé que tú te vuelves loco, especialmente si te lo hago poco a poco. Sabes lo que tienes y no lo valoras poco. Aquí no hay contrato, ya veo el brillo en tus ojos. Cuando yo te bailo sé que tú te vuelves loco, especialmente si te lo hago poco a poco. Sabes lo que tienes y no lo valoras poco. Ya veo el brillo en tus ojos. Cuando yo te bailo, cuando yo te bailo, sé que cuando yo te bailo, sé que tú te vuelves loco. Cuando yo te bailo, cuando yo te bailo, sé que cuando yo te bailo, ya veo el brillo en tus ojos. Cuando yo te bailo, cuando yo te bailo, sé que cuando yo te bailo, sé que tú te vuelves loco. Cuando yo te bailo, cuando yo te bailo, sé que cuando yo te bailo, ya veo el brillo en tus ojos. Es un placer conocerte, quizás tú me traigas pena, pero no puedo perderte. El número uno, la que más te pega. Es un placer conocerte, quizás tú me traigas pena, pero no puedo perderte. El número uno, la que más te pega. Yo me mira, yo sé que tú me amas, no quería estar atada, pero a ti te casaba. Te baila, me mira, yo sé que tú me amas, no quería estar atada, pero a ti te casaba. Entré en el disco, estaba ardiendo, había muchos tipos, pero a ti te ves primero. Camiseta Armani con pantalones negros. Yo solo te bailo a ti y me estaba mirando, estaba temblando, todo aceleraba, tú me seguías dando. Desde ese momento supimos que iba para algo. Yo solo te bailo a ti. Entré en el disco, estaba ardiendo, había muchos tipos, pero a ti te ves primero. Camiseta Armani con pantalones negros. Yo solo te bailo a ti y me estaba mirando, estaba temblando, todo aceleraba, tú me seguías dando. Desde ese momento supimos que iba para algo. Yo solo te bailo a ti. Yo solo te bailo a ti. Yo solo te bailo a ti. Hey papi. Bad girl.
That was fire. That was Bad Girl, yo. I've been rocking her music. She's been hot on the market right now, yo. She's blowing up right now. She's the hottest shit going on right now on the reggaeton side for the females. Yo, it's been about an hour. I got to get ready. I got a couple of things I have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dead this right now. I will definitely be back on later on tonight. But I had to go in and get a quick little hour in on the fucking autopsy situation. I was here earlier, man. I saw it live when it first was posted, and I was in shock, bro. I was literally in shock. I think it was disgusting. And, you know, these people doing whatever they can to try to cover up this whole scenario. And it ain't gonna work. I don't think Benjamin Crump's gonna allow that shit to fly. Well, I'm gonna get up out of here, folks. I don't even know we're gonna have football practice today with all this bad weather and everything, but I gotta make some calls and see what's going on. I appreciate everybody that came through. Like I said, you see my title. They tampering and they trying to cover up this murder. And that's what I feel. Those are my opinions on what I've seen so far. And after today, it only confirms even more. I'm Havoc 3, the devil's advocate and the problem child. Smoked Out Society. We out.
Hood Classic.
Chino Plush. Black Pain. Pico Squall.
See that pressure brings a whole lot of pounds. Being extra on that stretcher, making a whole lot of sounds. Yeah, you gon' run that mouth when no one is around. We gon' pull up, shake you down, make you dance, Bobby Brown. It's the Rico Squad, I'm one of the affiliates. I told Latin Pain, this shit we gon' make $1 million. You niggas acting goofy, but nigga we the silliest. The Glock 9's remarkable, but the 50 cal is brilliant.
Flow clean like Mister. Foul styles all over your sister. Esther. Realest weekend in rap. The old school like Cracker Jack. We bring it back, boom back. Like pressing the rewind. Button stunting, I'm Molly in this prime. I stick and move, I breaking rules, I drop a Jew. But I'd rather act a damn fool, so screw you for thinking that your man cool. I got her to a leave his ass leaking in the blood pool. I'll snuff you, you ain't heard that in a while. Once you in the mouth, we can share the same smile. Since a little child, yo, this shit been pretty foul. I grew up mad, depressed, and buck wild. So shout to Rikers out, the island, the sadness and violence and madness. They say he too black to be Spanish. I say mind your biz, I eat your food, you a sandwich. Emotional damage, grab a beat and ravage. My nigga, I'm a savage, like a caveman. From a strange land, original black, we fake it in a spray tan. Beat your ass with a spray can. I'm an artist like Coke too, and my whole crew will smoke you like niggas on dope. Do I hope you understand we only trust move lie. Ooh, I hit him with a ooh, wop, 2 shots. Now he eating 2 pop. Can't stop, won't stop, no dick. Rico coming soon to your city.